1 month ago, May 16th, Cardano was hitting all-time high. Just a month ago. And Cardano going parabolic. This YouTube channel, engagement on social media going parabolic with it. And 60% dip since that happened. And simultaneously with that, engagement, and you might have seen this, engagement on social media, interest in crypto, almost simultaneously, almost perfectly confluent with that 60% dip is a decrease of like 50 to 60% in engagement. What is that? What is that dynamic, that mental dynamic? And more importantly, in this video, I really want to talk about why I think Cardano, amongst all of cryptos, is currently setting the stage, setting up for the most powerful play in crypto. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the Cardano video. We're going to look at the short-term charts, in a little bit, but I just can't get this out of my head. I just can't get it out of my head. 1 month ago, we were here. All-time high. And I was getting text messages. I mean, you might have experienced this as well. I was getting text messages. This YouTube channel was getting ridiculous views, especially on Cardano videos. And this is a really, really valuable data point. This isn't just me here sitting talking, although it kind of is. I kind of want to have a candid conversation with you and talk about this, but this is like really valuable data because from this all-time high for Cardano around 250, we saw a 60+% dip. And I want to actually, you see this green rectangle. I want to show you something. And actually, one data point to just have in your mind is in the last bull to bear market, Bitcoin dipped for a total of 85%. So Cardano in 1 week dipped 65%. That's huge. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But I want to chart this. This is a Fibonacci, and this is the bear market low to this current swing high. And there's our Fibonacci. And what's so interesting about that is I'm going to chart the inverse of that, which is the last bull market high. And you've seen this to the bear market low. This is our bull market doors. So let me draw this real quick. So our bull market doors we have right here. I'm just going to draw it. There's our bull market doors. Very thin compared to the other Fibonacci. Bull market doors charted. So what we just charted were the bull market doors for Cardano, February. We broke that. Now here is the 618 line of this macro looking Fibonacci, the 786 down to a 57, 56 cents. Cardano dipped that 60+% dip basically to these two Fibonaccis, right? Back down, and we charted the bull market doors, back down to the bull market doors, that little green rectangle you see there. And then this larger green rectangle, that is the bear market low to bull market high and down. Cardano has dipped to an incredibly, incredibly powerful support area. And let me rewind from that statement for a split second to say we could enter the bear market. And ultimately, this 65% dip easily could turn into a 95% dip. Total, right? We could be at a 12 cent Cardano. If crypto markets crash, we enter this multi-month, almost a year-long bear market. Many people think that's going to happen right now. I'm not one of those. I think we're gonna continue to upside, but be prepared for this. Truly, it would be an incredible opportunity with what's happening on this weekly chart. But again, let's go back to what we were saying. A dip to this support area, back up, and now consolidation. All here for the last month. And this is what it looks like on the 6 hour. We'll talk about that in a minute. So there was mania, bullish mania here. People just kind of really excited. They wanted to get in. Now's the time to get in. 60% dip, everybody left. Not everybody, but a lot of people. You can see. I can see. It's very apparent. Now here we are. Now, this is data, this is price data charted on a screen. This is what it looks like. It's red and green lines. We're very used to them. We track them all the time. But again, when I look at a Cardano chart though, and I really see something way different beyond that. It goes deeper. It's the story of Cardano. And I talk about it all the time. All back here, building, research, infrastructure, grunt work, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into building this that you and I really have no idea about, right? We couldn't even really imagine. But a lot of work went into what we have here in Cardano. Then we have, and by the way, all back here, even now, Cardano being called vaporware, ghost chain, top 5 crypto being hated on like crazy. Then finally, all of a sudden, staking mechanism, Shelley hard fork, July 2020. What is this? This almost pretty much new way of banking and storing and growing your money and contributing to the consensus algorithm, right? And doing so without any risk at all as it sits in your wallet. That's crazy. The most epic, the most powerful staking mechanism in all of crypto right now was already introduced, and it's there, it's operational, it's happening. Many of you, if not most of you, are taking part in this right now. That's happened. Mary hard fork, multi-asset ledger. Maybe we haven't felt that impact as much as the staking mechanism yet, but I think we will. The multi-asset ledger, we will feel the impact of that. Smart contracts in September coming up. And we've dipped 60% with all of this just happening really in less than a year. I work, I mention this sometimes. I recruit for startups. A lot of times early stage startups. I help them build their teams, especially on the engineering side. And I see what that startup environment looks like and the growth and the trajectory to success. And what I see there, I see in Cardano especially. And I see it all across crypto, but especially Cardano. And if we're looking at a Cardano chart, yes, of course, there's potential for dips. $1 to 50 cent range right here in this Fibonacci support is very much in play. You better be ready for it. I'm not going to sit here and do a downside video or bear market video, but very well, it could happen and you want to be ready for it. But starting here, after a 60% dip and bounce into consolidation, the opportunity is in front of our eyes to have a second phase of planning. And I'm saying that from this swing low all the way back here into this parabolic gain was just crazy, crazy exciting. Now we've dipped 60%. What will phase 2 potentially look like? And now is the time after this dip and we're in the middle of consolidation to start planning. I can't answer the question for you. It's different for everybody. It's different for me. I got in a way different time than pretty much 99% of you probably. I mean, none of us got in at the same exact time. Everybody's different. People got in here, 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 all the way back here. It's different for everybody, but you have to plan your plan. You have to sit back and figure that out yourself. But I can't stress enough the opportunity that appears and presents itself when we go from mass hype to mass fear so fast, and then followed by consolidation. And this is what it looks like. Right now on the daily chart, Cardano is consolidating. Look at this. This, at the very moment, doesn't look like the entry to a bear market. It really doesn't. I'll go and I can just zoom out really fast, just so we can go look at this. This is Cardano entering the last bear market. That's Cardano entering the last bear market. This, going all the way back, is Cardano now. They look very different. And that's not to 100% convince you that we're not entering a bear market. I always want to just mention, be very careful. I say it all the time. Crypto can crash. Something crazy could happen at any time. But this is consolidation and very, very possible for continuation into this bull market. And what I want to track right now, it's hard to shift such crazy gears real quick into the 6 hour because we know we're hovering just below the 50-day moving average now at $1.63. It's moved up, right? And we're tracking between $1.50 and that 50-day moving average. It's such a crucial area, and this is really going to distinguish the separation between bull and bear market. How bulls and bears interact here. The battle is real. From our last video, Cardano has failed. Cardano has failed at breaking resistance that swing high here to swing low, Cardano failed all in this resistance. Naturally so. That's the confirmation we were waiting for, just like it failed at this previous exact Fibonacci resistance, right? Swing low or swing high to swing low, back to Fibonacci, same move. Boom, Fibonacci. It keeps failing at those resistance. We failed once again. But if you remember on the Bitcoin chart we've been tracking, Bitcoin recently failed at its recent Fibonacci, came back down briefly, and then powered through. And now we're trying to put in higher lows now in Bitcoin. Bitcoin a little bit ahead of the game on the short term. Is Cardano getting ready to make a similar move in which Cardano fails, comes back down, and then blasts through the Fibonacci resistance? And then we start turning this into a story of higher lows, potentially what Bitcoin is doing on its own chart. So if we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, this move back through that Fibonacci resistance that Bitcoin had, and this was not long ago, this was 3 days ago, that's a potential move we're looking for Cardano right now on the short-term charts. Right now, again, this Fibonacci at the 618 is $1.53 to the 786, $1.57. We're hovering just above support. We've been interacting with the $1.50 support is what I'm talking about. And on the very short term to the downside, if there is continued downside right now, we have a Fibonacci support $1.45 to $1.40. And what that looks like, if we're charting the Fibonacci, it's a swing low back here to this high. And we have, I charted that wrong earlier, but let me move this down. It's $1.45 to $1.41. I was off by a penny. You get the point. That's where support is right now for Cardano to the downside. And look at this. We're trading right at the apex of this blue triangle. We're literally trading at the apex of the smaller yellow triangle. And it couldn't be any more critical, and it's a mess on the screen, but just take note of, the targets. And this has moved obviously down a little bit, but targets upwards to $3 and targets downwards to, 80-cent range. So the move is critical. You have to be prepared in your own portfolio, in your own life for these two potential outcomes. But right now we continue to track the support and resistance of Cardano. Be really interesting to see if Cardano can make a blast through that resistance just like Bitcoin did. But I really wanted to start this video and just zoom out. Talk about what just happened. A 60% plus dip in one of the most bullish cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. And don't want to come off too bullish, because I know I sometimes could have the tendency to do that. But it's just my opinion on these long-term charts, the long-term story of Cardano. And remember, if you actually just zoom out, really zoom out, look, I'm here long-term, everybody. So the whole story of what's being built right now, years to come. So those are my thoughts on Cardano today. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.